Hello YouTube, it's Steve333 here again with another very quick pickups video and something a little different today. I'll crack straight off into it. Basically, I've been away for the past week or so and only just got back, so pickups have been pretty slim, pretty low on the ground, so it's just odds and sides really. Haven't visited any boots, so just pickups really. So starting off, got this just before I went away. This is a PS2 game. It's one that I've seen, it could be Novabug playing, and it looked quite good fun. And I think it was 50p or £1. Certainly not the £12.99 that it's marked up as. This is Air Ranger. It's got the disc and the manual, and yeah, I'll have a little go on that. I do like aircraft and so on. So as I mentioned, I was away for about the last week. Before I went, I was just mooching around, having a look in places, and I saw this, which I thought I would pick up because I've heard they're sort of getting quite hard to find. So this is a game for the Wii U. It's new Super Mario Brothers U and Luigi U. It's got the disc and the manual, or some sort of a manual. Interesting story. Well, not that interesting, I suppose. Got the game. It was the day before I was due to go away. Picked it up, took it back to the office, as I've always done since I was a kid. Had a quick look, opened it up, found it was just the new Super Mario Brothers U in there, and not the Luigi U element. So I was like, oh, for God's sake, you know, I ain't got time for this. So I had to pop out on the fag break. Luckily I'm only a couple of minutes out from town. Nipped into game, explained the situation, and they swapped it over there and then, which I was quite pleased about, because obviously if I'd have not noticed till I got home, it would have been too late, wouldn't have been able to do it for another week or so. So the odds are someone just going in there for the normal version of the game would have got the, you know, Luigi expansion as well. So yeah, moral of that, I suppose, is always check your discs. The other thing I got before I went away, and I actually got this a couple of days before I went away, haven't opened it yet. Looking forward to playing it very much, given all the reports. You've probably guessed what it is already. It's Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. As you can see, still in the cellophane. I will be cracking that open soon. So as I say, I went away. Looked in the usual charity shops and stuff. Went up to the Lake District, to Keswick. Nice place, been there before. Didn't really find anything, and then by chance decided to nip down to the town for half an hour or so, because we just got back in off a walk somewhere. Wife was tired. I says, oh, I'm going to nip down the town. Excuse the cat, she's extremely nosy. Go away. In fact, there you go, you're on camera. Yeah. So yes, I'd nipped down. There's a big Oxfam in there, which basically, not to put too fine a point on it, beats the shit out of the Oxfam in my own town. There's always new stock in there. There wasn't anything in the way of retro games in there the previous couple of times I've been in there whilst we're away. But yeah, as I say, went down on the off chance. I'd seen previously a couple of PS2 Slims, which then changed to one PS2 Slim and an Xbox original. I might be doing that quite a lot during the course of this this video. Sorry, where was I? Yeah, so anyway, looked in there again and noticed that the other PS2 Slim had gone, so it was now an Xbox original and a GameCube. So I've already got a GameCube, as you can tell, but it was a purple GameCube, notably one that I'd been looking for. So way back when I bought the GameCube originally, because that's my original, I wanted a black one because I thought the purple one looked a bit kiddie. Obviously since then I've changed my mind, and as you would have it, or as luck would have it, the purple ones seem to be harder to find these days. So I've been keeping my eye open for one. Anyway, there it was. It's £24.99. So that caused me a bit of head scratching. Went in and had a look at it, and then sort of decided to have a walk around the town and consider it. Before I did that though, I actually had a look in the glass cabinets where they put valuables and so on, watches, rings, jewellery, ornaments, that sort of thing. And very surprised to see a number of N64 titles. One unboxed, the rest of them were boxed. Notably, there was one in particular that I would have quite liked to have picked up, which I'll show you in a minute because I did, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, as I say, went round, had a little walk around the town, which is usually deadly in these circumstances because all you're having to think, someone will nip in, grab what you're looking at, and you've missed your chance. But anyway, walked round, and I'm quite glad I did, because whilst I was doing that, I actually found £20, which effectively meant that if I was going to get the GameCube, it would cost me a £5. So that was quite useful because we were fairly well through the week, and I was running out of funds. So yeah, went back in, picked up the GameCube. Now it's in this here box, like so. You can probably see that. What the eagle-eyed amongst you might have spotted is obviously, apart from the GameCube, which has got third-party memory card in it, you know, in good nick. It's got all the bottom parts. It's got the important digital AV out, which I was looking for. And here comes the cat again to sniff everything. It got a horrible third-party controller. It got a power pack. It had got just a normal AV out. And the thing which pushed me into buying it, well, not pushed me, but sort of was the deciding factor, was the controller, which is one of these nice two-tone ones. So obviously purple on the top, transparent underneath. So I thought, well, I've got to have that. So I got that, and excuse me while I put all this back in here for the moment. The N64 titles that I spotted boxed were, well, the unboxed one firstly was Glover, which they wanted £6.99 for. They had Wave Race 64, I believe. No, I tell a lie, it was Pilot Wing 64. Rogue Squadron, the Star Wars game. There was one other one. Sorry, there were two other ones. There was Super Mario 64 and there was Mario Kart 64, and I think they were asking something daft like about 30 quid for the Mario Kart 64, so obviously they keep an eye on eBay and that, or maybe even Amazon. But yeah, I've got Mario Kart 64, I've got Super Mario 64, which they wanted a tenner for, I think, or 15, yeah, it was 15 I think actually. Star Wars Rogue Squadron was a tenner. Glover, I mentioned, was £6.99. Pilot Wing 64 was either £8.99 or £9.99, and the one that I picked up was this for £8.99, and it's a nice boxed copy of GoldenEye, which I never actually had boxed in the day. It's got the manual in, it's got a little poster, it's got all the associated bump and paraphernalia, and as you can see the box is in good shape. So there we go. Very good, very pleased with that. So I was considering maybe nipping back down before we went to get the Pilot Wing 64, because although I've got that cartridge only, it would have been nice to have owned it boxed. But alas, that was not to be. We ran out of time, and my wife wanted to get straight off home once we sat out, so I couldn't even swing by there for half hour, and I didn't want to push me luck. So I think I was pretty lucky with what I'd found. So anyway, we got back. There's a loose end on the Saturday because we come back on the Friday. Went to my local cash converters, found a couple of GameCube games. which this one I actually picked up because I was planning on it being a case transplant job, because it's got the 2 discs. It's original remastered Resident Evil, very nice condition. There we go. See, it's got the disc holder. And I'd actually planned on sort of getting that to upgrade my Twin Snakes case, because one of the little widgets here had broke. But at some point I must have done that, so I can't remember when. So anyway, I've got a copy of Resident Evil for the Cube. If anyone wants to trade, you know, get in touch. The other thing that I saw, well, there was actually another couple of games. I think one was a Shrek game, which I'd already got, and there was one other game, plus this one, which is racing, which I actually picked up a few weeks ago. You might have seen it on one of my previous videos. I was going to leave it, and I just picked it up on the off chance, and I was rather glad that I did, because if you look carefully, it's got a bonus disc inside, which is Pac-Man Versus. So there we go, there's R-Racing, very good condition again, and there's Pac-Man Versus. Now, as you can see, I like Pac-Man, so once I saw this I had to have it, as the Game Chasers might say. So yeah, that did cost me a tenner, because unfortunately my local cash generators, or cash converters, whatever it's called, are getting wise to the value of games. In fact, there's a really nice chap in there that I get on with, and I've befriended over PlayStation Network, who I regularly go in there and we end up chatting about games for half an hour. So yeah, he's switched on, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because you know, I think he lets me know if there's good stuff in there, but also he's not going to let it go for cheap, which I can understand. So our racing was £9.99. This was £2.99. So as I say, I mean, if anyone wants a nice copy of Resident Evil on the Cube, give me a shout. Otherwise, I'll probably trade that in. Probably not to CEX, because they only give about £2 for it, which I think is a bit of a travesty. The other things, the other thing of note was that, having mentioned this chap at the store, he actually disappeared out back. He says, "You wait till you see what I've got." Disappears out back, goes and gets it. They haven't priced it up, and I think they're going to put it in the cabinet. He comes out with a copy of Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. So I didn't immediately have the heart to tell him that I'd already got it. I did eventually, but you know, they're going to charge a good, decent whack for it. So they're asking, or going to ask, about £40 for it, I think. So I mean, if anyone wants me to try and get hold of that for them, give me a shout in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, the only other thing I got was this, which I actually have one of already. So again, I've bought this not on a whim, but probably to move on, because I understand obviously people do like these things, and I do. I very much like mine. It's a Game Boy Micro in pink, but I can live with that with mine. Mine's in pink as well. This one's not quite as good shape as mine. It does work. I haven't got a game in it at the minute, but there you go. If you look carefully, there's a bit of wear on one of the buttons on the bottom, but it reads games fine. The screen's okay. There's a couple of light scratches on it, but you can't really see when it's turned on. So I'll pick that up, and as I say, if anyone is interested in that, give me a shout. In fact, I think, I've never done it, but I think you can actually change the face plates, so you could probably get a replacement one. Anyway, that cost me £9.99, so pretty pleased with that. Last couple of things. Oh yes, this was a 50p fine from while I was away for the PC. Star Trek Starship Creator, which 50p, I ain't gonna grumble. I like Star Wars, I like Star Trek, so I'm one of those weird types who likes both. I do like Star Wars best though, but I thought this might be a bit of fun. So that brings me to today. Went down the recycle centre. Looks like I might have missed something while I was away, because there were signs of there having been more than what was there. There was no hardware at all, but the first thing I saw was a PlayStation game, Donald Duck Quack Attack, which I picked up obviously. I then found, without the front sleeve, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Discs are nice nick on these, and obviously they've got the manual, so that one's missing the front sleeve. I then spotted, just on its side like that, Dreamcast game, which I'm always going to pick up if the case is in good nick, and this is. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which obviously is you know, one of the least sought after games on any format, I think. But I have it already, but the case is good, and that'll be worth a trade anyway. So got that, and then I rounded off my purchases with Toy Story 3. Sorry about that, minor interruption. So where was I? Yes, I picked up 2 PlayStation games, a Dreamcast game, which obviously suggested, obviously the calibre of those titles suggests that someone had probably traded in a PS1 or, you know, PlayStation original if you like, and a Dreamcast at some point, and someone must have gone in there and snaffled up all the good stuff, which is a bit disappointing because obviously I am collecting Dreamcast actively as well as the GameCube, but Dreamcast is my #1 focus really. But unfortunately they're getting more and more difficult to find. So yeah, a bit disappointing, but what can you do? So as I say, I rounded off the purchases with Toy Story 3, just a DVD. So yeah, that lot cost me £3 altogether, so I'll probably be able to get a quid back off Toy Story 3, which means that those 3 games cost me £2. The last things that I picked up were a couple of GameCube games, one that I've got already, which again is going to be a case upgrade. The other is one that I haven't got. In fact, the case upgrade one, Medal of Honor Frontline that I've got, is probably going to... Oh no, it's not, because it's got one of these stickers on it. It's the one I haven't got is NHL Hits 2002. So as you can see, it's got one of these little holograms on it. So I can't upgrade the case, just have to give it a clean. Disc is, well, must be honest, it's not the best disc I've ever seen, but it's okay. And they cost me 99p each. So anyway, that pretty much concludes the pickups. So I think I might have alluded to it earlier in the video. Got a bit of a change following this. Whilst I was away, as I mentioned, I was up in the Lake District. Had a very nice time up there, but I was significantly closer to a place called Arcade Club, which I think a couple of other tubers have visited recently. Cajones del Oro. I'm afraid his actual real name escapes me, but yes, I think he went up there, watched him play, I think it was Sega Rally against one of his mates, and I've been planning to go up there for quite some time, so my wife went along with me. Had a cracking time. I've got a little 5-minute walk through the arcade. Enjoyed it thoroughly. The one disappointment I had was that the Star Wars sit-down arcade machine, the Atari Star Wars, was out of order. So a bit disappointing, but it was nice to sit in the old girl again, and it just gives me an excuse to go up again and visit, hopefully when it's working, fingers crossed. Had a few goes on a few games that I played before, had a few games on machines I hadn't played before, such as they've got the hydraulic power drift machine, which was good fun. Never played that before. Played Ikaruga, which I'm looking out for on the GameCube, but I've never actually played up until I actually played the arcade version. That was fun. What else did I play? I played an original Battle Zone, which I don't think I captured too well on the video, which is a bit disappointing, but it is the original Battle Zone with a periscope view and the 2 sticks to steer. It was fantastic. You pay a tenner to get in, and well, I went on Sunday, so you got, if you want, you can be there between midday and 6 PM, which I think is an absolute steal. you know, if you're in two minds or if you were considering going up, go and visit. It is superb. If you love arcades, then this is like dine and go to heaven. And I think they're actually planning to move to bigger premises soon as well. If I remember, I'll stick a link in the description. Have a look at the website. I think they've got a list of all the games that they've got in there. Like I say, have a look. It is a tremendous place. Couldn't recommend it highly enough, and now I'm just trying to think of the reason that I can get back up there again. So anyway, that's enough of my babble. Thanks for watching. To the couple of guys that have subscribed recently, thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you enjoyed the video of the arcade coming up. Obviously feel free to leave a comment if you want to do so. In the meantime, that's me, Darth Steve 333, signing off. Bye.
Thanks a lot.